20 electoral votes in Ohio. You remember, it came down to Ohio 4 years ago. It was the state that re-elected George Bush, put him over the top. Take a look at our latest CNN poll of polls. Just 3 points separating McCain and Obama, with about 5% still undecided, which means it's basically a dead heat in Ohio. Our poll of polls, of course, is a compilation, an average of the latest surveys in that state. And that's where you're going to find Barack Obama today. As you mentioned, he's going to be in Toledo, Ohio today. He'll be campaigning there and also getting ready for the debate on Wednesday. Today, he will be introducing what his campaign says is a kind of a rescue plan for the middle class as they're dealing with these tough economic times. So he's there today. McCain has been there. Sarah Palin has been there. Joe Biden has been there. They will be there again, Melissa, over the next 22 days. Ohio is one of those states that it could all come down to once again.
We'll be listening closely to that financial rescue plan that Obama lays out a little bit later in the day. Of course, we'll bring it to our viewers here live on CNN.com. Looking at the states in the South, the McCain campaign, McCain and Governor Palin, campaigning together today in two states, once red and now really toss-up.
Yeah, this is very interesting. Let's start with Virginia. They both are at a rally together in Virginia Beach later this morning. Now, Virginia hasn't voted for a Democrat in a presidential election since 1964, Lyndon Baines Johnson. That's how long it's been. But right now, our latest poll there in Virginia, our latest poll of polls shows it's almost dead even as well. In fact, Obama's up by a couple points in Virginia. So this is a once red state that McCain is fighting to keep red, which isn't easy. Now, later in the day, Sarah Palin goes on to Richmond, Virginia, and she will have a rally there by herself. And John McCain peels off and he goes south one state to North Carolina. Another state hasn't voted for a Democrat in a presidential election in decades, but it's another state where basically our latest CNN and Time poll shows it's dead even. So not only is McCain trying to, fight for the battleground states, he's trying to hold on to these once reliably Republican states, Melissa.
Senator Joe Biden campaigning today in New Hampshire, and over the weekend he was campaigning with arguably the most powerful Democratic couple.
Yes, the Bill and Hill show. Former President Bill Clinton and his wife, Senator Hillary Clinton, teamed up with Joe Biden and his wife Jill yesterday in Scranton, Pennsylvania. That's, of course, where Joe Biden grew up. He's a Scranton native. And Pennsylvania, as you mentioned, 21 electoral votes. This state has gone for the Democrats in the last 4 presidential elections, but it's been tight. But our latest poll of polls there, the average of the latest state polls, shows that Obama is up by double digits in Pennsylvania. So, listen, McCain and Palin have not given up in Pennsylvania. She was there over the weekend. She will be back there tomorrow, and so will John McCain. They'll both be back in Pennsylvania. They're still advertising there, but Obama and Biden do have a sizable lead in Pennsylvania with 22 days to go.
And both presidential candidates will be meeting one more time on the stage of final presidential debate, Hofstra University, which is where we find you this morning. And we know that John McCain is saying he is going to win this one.
Yes, that's what he said yesterday. He was
Not
talking with
that way
campaign
exactly.
workers.
He had a more unique way of saying it.
He did. He said, I'm going to kick some you-know-what. That's what he told campaign workers yesterday at his headquarters in Arlington, Virginia, that he was going to kick a little you-know-what. So we'll see if he kicks a little you-know-what right behind me here. We're at Hofstra University in Hempstead, Long Island. This is suburban New York City. This is where, as you mentioned, the final debate, the third of 3 debates will be held. The moderator will be Bob Schieffer of CBS News. This format's going to be a little different. Melissa, they're going to sit around the same table, which maybe could prevent them from kind of going on attacks against each other because they're right next to each other. And the topics are going to be mostly domestic issues, and you would assume that a lot of the questions will be about the economy and the financial crisis.